introduce to you the founder of Highland Park Poetry, Ms. Jennifer Dotson.
Thank you. Before we introduce Trey, I do want to just say thank you to Vic Walter. He is our multimedia specialist tonight, and he is actually live streaming and filming this event just for tonight. So we're very happy that he's here. I know that there are 3 poets who have signed up. He just wants to get a visual of people who do not want to be filmed. So Janae, Lynn, and Pauline, and Liliana. Okay, perfect. There are 4 people who do not want to be filmed. Excellent. Thank you so much. Well, now we will introduce our featured poet. Trey Baker is a 2-time Emmy-nominated award-winning spoken word artist. Trey performs around the country and internationally while having the opportunity to lead creative design and storytelling campaigns for brands such as Jordan, Nike, Chicago Bulls, and more. Trey has performed for and been awarded by President Obama for his youth activism and leadership in storytelling. He also serves as the special advisor to the Obama Foundation, My Brother's Keeper Alliance, and the My Brother's Keeper Chicago Action Team. Trey's work involves developing culturally and historically responsive education frameworks for school districts across the country to drive narrative-changing engagements through the power of spoken word poetry. Trey is currently a senior at DePaul University, where he is majoring in peace, justice, and conflict studies. Please welcome Trey Baker.
How's everybody doing? All right. Everybody say good. Everybody say really good. All right. First, before I get started, it's Mother's Day coming up, right? I've got my mother here. Happy Mother's Day. Shout out to the moms who came. It's also my father's birthday, so happy birthday, sir. Love you. They're not used to that, so you know. Jennifer, thank you so much for having me. Once again, my name is Trey Baker. Poetry for me is not only healing, but it's a way for me to bring humans closer together, shrinking our proximity, to get to know one another on a human level, particularly in the world that we live in today. Poetry is that opportunity to have that conversation. And so I'm glad the art form found me and I didn't fight it. And I'm just grateful to be able to share some of the work that I get to do with you all and talk about it. Sound good? All right, let's do it. Let's do it. This first poem is called Imagine This. Imagine this. I want to take you to a place you've been before, but may not know you've ever been. You go to it when you close your eyes or seem wide awake. A magical place where mystery, adventure, fear, and joy somehow all feel safe enough to experience all at once. A place where something that can appear as nothing actually proves to be a sight of abundance, an incredible majesty and power. It's the link between us, our past, present, and dare I say future. It's the bridge that connects us from becoming to become, where simply seeing yourself in the world isn't good enough. Instead, you stretch beyond the corners of your mind, and where now the world is with you, where boundaries are broken, where memories move in motion, where all languages are spoken, where time is never stolen, where sounds feel like jazz notes improvising their way down the scale, where not everything is what it seems, so you have to look behind the door, shatter the glass ceiling, soar beyond the cosmos. You don't have to question what it is or who it's for, because indeed, it's for you. Whether it's sitting in the sacredness of silence or gracefully moving through the waves of noise, it is here where we listen to ourselves. We listen to our breath. We listen to our heart. And we ask, what is it telling us? It's that moment where the energy of being so present communicates something we need to express to our soul. It's here where you become a vessel through which words of a feeling, moment, or movement can shine through like the morning sun. But to tell you the truth, this is no place at all. Why, you might ask? Well, we can't see the end. Now, that might seem scary and quite terrifying. But I'll let you in on a little secret, but I urge you with these words in the palm of your hands, let it not be a secret no more. Indeed, we are the creators of infinity, leaving trails for those we do not know yet to return to and live in the beauty of our imagination. Yes, our imagination. Just imagine the worlds you will travel to, the things you will be, the lessons you'll learn, the wounds you'll heal, the history you'll discover, and the possibilities you'll exceed, the joy you'll bring and receive. In your imagination, you will draw what you see 1,000,000 times and erase it just as many. But that's okay. You're an artist. So hold fast to this dear imagination with the fullness of your being. Share it with those who believe and those who may not. For you are always learning and understanding. Like the planet that needs togetherness, take care of it with love and tenderness. Now dream it. Now live it. Now be it. Thank you. I like to start with that because for me, all of my poetry starts in my imagination. I think dreaming is a part of that process for me that allows me to take the words that I see, that are seen to me but maybe not to others, and try to craft them. And so just the importance of what it means to imagine and what we can do when we engage in that practice. The next poem I want to do for you all is called Marching Band. Everybody say marching band. Marching band. All right, check this out, check this out. I had a vision of a marching band, a scene of sound, soil shaking, pulses hitting the ground, unbound by space, belongs to no place, no brand. I had a vision of a marching band. We need more women in the marching band. At the center, rhythm reaching, responding to human tempo. You'll miss the message if you wait for the crescendo in between elements of life echo across the land. I had a vision of a marching band. We need more voices taking a stand, not in the stands, instruments playing with the sky, trombones booming low, trumpets blazing high, high as in hi-hats, escaping oppression, drums bringing conscience into question, saxophones never pardon pain for truth, but always rift the scales of joy in its electric expression of the elders and the youth. I had a vision of a marching band. What about those the sound has been denied and need a hand instead of remorse? This is the soul from the source. The captures never found. Our history's force will never be crowned or conquered by a king. It belongs to the people, so the people sing out loud. I'm black, I'm beautiful, and yes, I'm proud. I had a vision of a marching band. We need more vibration in the marching band. Congos and guitars, soul singers, and rock stars. We're going to Mars, warm-hearted, to finish what Nikki Giovanni started. And when we, the never known, meet the unknown, we will have something in common. Sonder, transponders of tranquility and tragedy, triumphing in our truth. Instinctually, we show them what sounds the mind can trust, or perhaps they will show us what's in us, with us, to find us. We need to find us, not by those who want to control the beat, but by the universe to expand the interplanetary jam. I had a vision of a marching band. In this war of ideas, which ones will win? Which ones will bend to the knee? Will the perpetrator put the victim's knees before their greed? Will the extractor release the shovels and free the blossom of the planet's seeds? I mean, there are less with and more without, so this marching band is en route. You can't ignore or doubt the rhythm. In the marching band, every spirit has something within them that's true. What's inside the marching band is inside you. It's inside you. It's inside you. You are the creator, and the creator is you. It's master plan. I had a vision of a marching band. Peace. Y'all mess with that? All right, all right. Thank you so much. This next one is inspired by a classmate of mine. She gave a really compelling story in class one day about her interaction with this man on the train. And I said, Meredith, I got to write a poem about that. The next class period, I had that poem ready for her, just to see her reaction to a story that she never knew where it was going to go, end up on, it ended up in my poetry book, so shout out to Meredith if she's watching. This poem is called The Man on the Train. I knew a woman once. I first saw her on the L during the coldest of Chicago nights. You know, when all the body heat you've saved up all day before heading home from work evaporates, as soon as the frigid air pierces every layer you managed to throw on. We were all bundled, desperately waiting for each stop to be faster than the one before. Next to her was a man, just a man, nothing more, nothing less, the man on the train. While the rest of us were stoic, holding on to every ounce of warmth we had left, the man on the train released from his posture, leaning towards the unknown pupil in front of him. Those are some really fly shoes, brother, he said. The person whom the man on the train was complimenting raised his head as if he was moving in slow motion. Like they do in the movies. He looked at the man on the train, but nothing left his lips. The man on the train tried again. I was wondering, brother, where'd you even get them from? I've never seen them anywhere in my life. Those are some fly shoes for sure. The train came to another halt. And the next stop arrived. The person got off and once again left without a word of wonder. Once the commotion of commuters settled, I returned my eyes back to the man on the train, but I could see an emptiness on his face. Everybody thinks I'm such a weirdo. Just a weirdo, he shouted. Moved by the man on the train's soliloquy of self-sabotage, the woman next to him came to life. Or maybe she was already alive, just waiting for the right moment to announce her existence. She gently took out her earbuds and offered another view. I don't think that. I just think a lot of people are kind of closed off and don't want to interact and that kind of thing. As she saw him and he saw her, the man on the train suddenly began to cry, sobbing in his blue scarf. I'm so worried about your generation and the community you guys have because no one wants to talk to one another, he responded. Desperately wiping his tears, the woman and the man on the train proceeded to converse for the next several minutes. He played the tenor saxophone, and she was on keys, giving room for each other's solos and effortlessly coming back together for the chorus as their notes filled the cold Chicago air. What tune they were playing, only the cosmos would know what their voices were saying. Enamored by this duo, it became clear I'd missed my train stop. Normally I'd be frantic, but surprisingly I felt at peace. For that moment I had no conception of time or space, where everything in between seemed closer as if I could touch it. Eventually my original stop came back around. I suddenly realized I wasn't alone. The woman packed up her bags and gave the man on the train a hug long enough to remember their goodbyes and clear the doors before they closed. Now that we were on the same platform, I kindly approached the woman. Curiously, I asked her if the man on the train was okay. She reassured me he was. Before the woman could disappear in the darkness of the night, I reflected with her one last time. I was wondering, what did you talk about to make him so happy again? I asked. Facing the direction to where she was walking home, she replied, for starters, I told him his shoes would fly too. You see, that woman, I'd never see her again. And the man on the train, I'd never see him again either. But every time I close my eyes, I picture their silhouettes in the depths of my mind, listening to their avant-garde voices, carrying the percussion of the train tracks once again. Maybe, just maybe, I'll find somewhere, someplace out of space with an honest view. It could be old or a bit new. But there'll be someone out there to play jazz with me too. For now, I hope they are smiling with the sun. I hope they are singing with the rain. I hope they are dreaming with the stars. I hope they are walking with the wind. Thank you. The man on the train. Love that piece. I hope you did too. These last two poems I want to do for you all. This one's called The Center. Very much how I opened up. Poetry for me is a way we can find more centers, more circles, more ways that we can see each other. And I wrote this piece in honor of that. What does it mean to find the center? And what do we do when we get there? This poem's called The Center. Please enter to the center. Suddenly something uniquely unknown makes you listen to your metronome, where silence is grown from the intenseness of your imagination. And you question the seed and the soil. What's its relation? What is the meaning of my creation? Look around, some so hesitant to smile, like seeing the innocence and the spirit of a child not knowing he was born in the wild. At the center, we inquire to the human of the world, are you willing to learn what comes from the root? Maybe it was produced, expectations, predetermined, limitations, manufactured, sensations, hoping that he makes it through alive enough, even though the mind is rough, had to be blindly tough. Scars on his wrists, wrongfully cuffed, trust becomes a bluff. Passed on to the next generation, all to say, I pray my story touches the stage through trials and tribulations. At the center, we plead to the human of the world, if we are to fight for a circle pedagogy, are we willing to listen devotedly before being called to respond? Dominance is systematically, pupils watch passively, stuck statically while we erode another human bond, makes you question what side of history you really are. But what's purely astonishing is life's astronomy. Look up, 'cause the stars is what you ought to see. Each dream brings you closer, so follow me. Free is what you ought to be. Your destiny awaits within the sky's odyssey, so shine your light through the darkest part of thee, thou indeed. It's in the sacred terminology, ancestral epistemology, the original orator lives inside of me. Like the role of the poet, the unforgettable is quoted. Live through these lines so you can sow it in your soul, spread it to the young and the old. Generational connection is what makes us whole. Whole is in what we must. Arriving at the place the pilgrimage takes us, so enter the life that is the circle, that is the center, ascending. Never beginning, never ending. Thank you. I lied. After this poem, I'm doing more. So this piece is called "For a Chance to Dream." A lot of my poetic influences come from music, come from hip hop. Folks like Common, Tribe Called Quest, and their music is so poetic in itself. So this is one of the pieces that I wrote to a song. Actually, folks who are familiar with the singer called Bilal. The song's called "Reminisce," and I wrote this poem to that instrumental. And once again, the poem's called "For a Chance to Dream." Check this out. For a chance to dream, I carry the sounds of the doo-woppers on the corner. I climb the ladder, not the former. Love can transform. Let me transform you, adore you. If only grace was worth the size of a quarter, we wouldn't need borders. We are sons and daughters of the Creator, curators of healing for the haters. Why is that when you see beauty, you have to rate her? Connection lives in the communicator, translator of transparency for my souls. No more do they say that's just how it goes. Because how it's been isn't what we voting for at the polls. We got funk in our future goals. You can see it in our styles, on our clothes. With words, I trace blackness with a rose that grew from the garden watered by the difficult miracle. Why is peace political? Instead of meta, let's get metaphysical. That's why my words are spiritual, critical. I wish being a scholar was stereotypical. For a chance to dream. Take off your hoods, let God see your beautiful eyes, your beautiful minds. Inside is the light that carries your history in case you need a beautiful remind. There's gratitude in the grind. When you come to the crib, I greet you with red or white wine. I like it classic. I found out my voice was meant to move, never static. Transcend demographics, systematic serenity. My skin is only one part of my identity. So I meet at multiple centers of solidarity. How do you find clarity between the extremes? For a chance to dream. I walked different when I found royalty in my family tree. Not wealthy in gold, but rich in being free. You wouldn't have trust issues if you knew your ancestors were trustees of knowledge. I start every day by paying homage to the stolen, the broken, the chosen. What are stories if they can't be spoken? Tell the orange man the truth and our funds can't be frozen. What's ours is appropriated by the stars, the silk, the ground, the sound, bound to bless folk tales the way our folks tell on a new screen. But we are all foreseen as apostles spreading a new love regime. Just for a chance to dream, to dream, to dream, to dream, to dream, to dream, to dream. Thank you. Okay, one more. Thank you so much. Appreciate you all. This last poem I don't need for this. This is one of my favorites. This poem is called Love Is. Love Is. Check this out. Forever starts where love begins in the little things we do. Love can change your point of view, uncover your light. Let your light shine through if you let it. Like finding soul on an Al Green record. Play it over and over again so you never forget it. Love lies in our human formation. I challenge you to trade in your phone for a real conversation. It's okay to connect with somebody from a different generation. Feel the vibration. Rippling across one love, one nation. Under a groove. Funkadelic is how I move. Spreading the essence of love to improve our way of seeing, our way of being. Love is in our elegance, shines through our excellence. With my pen, with my voice, I'm the love artist in residence. Together we can lead a love exodus from the isms that censor our speech. Divide the starving from the elite. Lock our feet from marching towards the beat of progress. Love is the promise we keep to our land. Even though the promised land wasn't always promised land. Let the oceans of our freedom crash the shores, washing away the lines in the sand. I want to see all the soul brothers and sisters jam. And let love be the master plan. Love is a collection of memories, moments of movement transcended through time. Majestic imagination in my mind while I see the images of life rewind. It's in the stories of the divine. It helps to heal the hearts of souls of a community when another child dies of a senseless crime. Sometimes I cry. Sometimes I get on my knees and ask, why? Please give me a sign. Let us redefine and assign our hands and hearts to each other and resign our spirits to hate one another. Love is here to stay, even though cynicism wants to hunt us down like prey. It wants us to go a different way. Don't walk away from you and your gift to make this world better. This is my love letter. And in these words and in these verbs of hope, we get further and further from never and closer to finding forever. Peace. Thank you. Thank you all once again for just being here and for just being human and just being beautiful. Poetry is an opportunity for us to celebrate each other, and so I'm just grateful that we have these sacred spaces to do that. And I'm excited for our small but mighty community to continue to make an impact in this world. So I thank you, I love you, and I appreciate you for being here. Have a great weekend. Thank you. Thank you.
Participated in our 2025 Poetry Challenge, and her poem was selected as one of the winning poems in the Dodowitsu category. Dodowitsu is a Japanese form of poem. It's only 4 lines, and I think it's like 7 syllables, and then 3 lines of 5 syllables, or do I have that? And thank you to your teachers and your family for encouraging you to write poetry. Keep going. Our next poet is going to be Michael P. Wright.
I wrote this because I work with my memory all the time. Exotic brainwaves catapulted me to this point. An off-centered babysitter dropped me off on a busy street in my neighborhood. Playing with toys and hovering as a youth. Crystal clear remembrances dominated my childhood. Busy urban traffic and fearful of baby worms. Memorizing the movie section. Ran full blast and collided with a doorknob. Visualized past indiscretions. God took care of me. Growing up with memorable moments. Once in April 1967, I won Citizen of the Month as a sixth grader. A wonderful 220-yard sprinter in grammar school. The powers of my recall have been unusual. A current nebulous existence. Heightened senses and so powerfully almighty. I remember an affront to my potential's life's greatness. Second one's called Underdog. I wrote this just on a whim. A maelstrom of luck. Know your current status. Extraordinary beliefs taken. Running roughshod all over the place. See it, feel it, catapult its senses. Upsets, advocates need apply. Take heed, life's calling. Win at all costs. A storybook premise. Romantic nuances take care of the masses. Horatio elders subconsciously wallowing in victory. Slogans make total sense. A double miracle about to manifest itself. Always manufacturing at 100%. The justice of it all in storybook fashion. The American dream becomes a reality. This one's basically a short biography of my life, basically. Interest in life, it's called. Many hobbies and interests. A cesspool of knowledge. Left my mom's womb and set for learning. Was walking at 9 months. Quite precocious and athletic child. Much reading on varying topics. A teenage track star, conquered the 220-yard dash. An athlete in waiting. Adhered to the sports world. Anointed to the Wrigley Field bleachers. College degree and worked to the gills. Received a metaphysics degree and fell in love later. Diagnosed with stage 4 cancer and emerged victorious. In retrospect, a flawless memory. Finding and writing the pinnacle of my life. Will my afterlife have obstacles to overcome? Thank you.
So this requires a little explanation. I've been editing a book for a friend of a friend this spring, so I haven't been able to write new poetry, and I really didn't want to bring in old poetry. So I remembered that I have song lyrics, which was like a total experiment for a friend of mine who is a singer, guitarist. He had said to me at one point, "Have you ever written song lyrics before?" And so this is like a new thing for me. And the subject of this is Jane Mansfield and Mariska Hargitay. And I just learned that Mariska is a producer on a documentary that's coming out called My Mom Jane. It's supposed to be out like next month or something. So I thought, okay, this is timely. And since this is streaming, I think I'm part of the streaming here. Shout out to Bob Macy, because I sent you these song lyrics in the winter, and so now you have to do something with them, make them a song. The gauntlet has been thrown down. So just not second best. You were an American fantasy, blonde-haired beauty, Jane Mansfield. You made all the heads turn, every man and boy yearn when you entered a movie scene. Your daughter plays a TV cop, chestnut-haired beauty, Olivia Benson, who makes all the mouths drop and the suspect's spines tremble when she enters a crime scene. Jane, your daughter's a babe. Your daughter's a badass, and she doesn't settle for second best. You were an American bombshell, runner-up to Marilyn Monroe. You were a movie star right behind Marilyn Monroe. She's a household name. Sorry. She's legendary, but your legacy is blurry. You were killed in a car crash, just like James Dean. 8 movies, and he was a rising star. 24 movies, and you were a falling star. He's legendary, but your legacy is blurry. Jane, your daughter's a babe. Your daughter's a badass, and she doesn't settle for second best. Your daughter survived the car crash. Now she rescues beauties from beasts and kids from creeps. Now she rescues you from the past and makes your memory last. Jane, your daughter's a babe. Your daughter's a badass, and she doesn't settle for second best. Miss Hargitay, you had a lovely mother. Oh, sweet, sweet Jane.
Our next poet is Sparkle Motion.
Salutations. Sparkle, that's my stage name, so. I'm here because I want to thank, hold on. Oh, Lord, multitasking. I want to thank Highland Park Poetry Society for sponsoring the Writers Unblocked Black in the Now Poetry and Spoken Word event that's being hosted by Jackie Nicole Harris. Do y'all know Jackie? Okay, so I'm helping her put it together. I have these wonderful prismatic flyers. If you want one, you know. So I write, but I'm an artist in general, and I say that because I have a variety of abilities, and that's how the ancestors decided to assign my humanity. So with that said, I'm gonna do a little bit of mixed media. I hope I don't mess it up. Like to hear it, here it goes. Let's see. Okay, I think I got it. Here we go. Ooh, ooh, my yesterday, really feel it fading away now. Ooh, oh, so yesterday, really gonna make it. I'm on my way now, no bit of shade now. While the sun is shining on my face, nothing can block me, though fear tried to stop me. There's a hope that's big that grows in me. So ain't no surprising whenever they see me that I have this smile upon my face. When they try to knock me, I push all the doubt aside and stride as I smile and say, you know I got this. Say that I got this. Tell them I got this. Yeah, you know I got this. Tell them I got this. Say that I got this. Yeah, yeah. Tell them, baby, I got this. Wanna know, do you feel it too? I'm really gonna make it. I smell the musk of new hope. Burnt pine nuts and myrrh, the wind has picked it up and carried it to my door. Most times I'm reluctant to accept it, to allow it to linger in my nose. But this time, I'll inhale deeply. I will be inebriated at the sip of becoming new. Do I too?
My eyes will glow as though they were sewn together with 1,000,000 stars. My voice will uncage the good intentions of my heart. I will learn that sadness is a one-room home for those who are afraid of being touched by sunlight. With this new hope, I will be among the trees, the swallows, the grass, and the breeze. My gladness will birth the key that locks the door to your fears. Will you come with me into the circle of light? Burn down your house of plight and live with me in the garden? That's that piece.
Thank you. Our next poet is Mary Beth Breslov.
Okay, wonderful poetry tonight. Trey, thank you. This has just been wonderful. I appreciate that. Here we go. So, seed. Seed breaks through its shell, erupts into darkness, feed on earth's nutrients, gains strength to seek sunlight and air, to share its beauty, its food for the body and soul. Such are seeds, be they flower, tree, or weed, an idea, a kind word, or an unexpected smile of a stranger. And then, all of those who can, like Trey with his spoken word without having a written copy on hand, I bow to all of you because it's not something I can do myself. A couple years ago, I attended the National Poetry Convention, and they have the Blackberry Peach competition, and they had the slam competition, and one of the presidents said, "Hey, you want to judge the contest?" I said, "I know nothing." He goes, "You're perfect." So anyway, that was how I was exposed to a slam competition and to true spoken word. And this is the experience. Slammer. There is a spiced excitement in the room, for we know not wondrous words will plow us into the asphalt like a Mack truck. The poet's name is Jammin' Slammer. He steps up to the stage, to the uproar of his fans and fellow wordsmiths. We love you, poet, never forget you, poet. Before he approaches the mic, Jammin' centers himself, inside and on the stage. He bows his head, lays his hands flat against his breastbone. His heartbeat steadies him into this moment. He draws one last breath from the diaphragm, lifting his head. He steps up to the mic, a fist width from the chin. When Jammin' opens his mouth, his soul pours out to lay himself bare, spilling the pain of growing up in a color other than white, spilling the anger of injustice for his brothers and sisters. And with each word he memorized, we swim in that pain, feel each incident of injustice. And when he finishes, his mouth closes, his head drops, his soul is once again encased behind his ribcage until the next time. And as he walks off the stage and the judges feel their scores come to them, we slam novices all sing out with the seasoned veterans less than half our age. We love you, poet, never forget you, poet. And one day I may memorize that one and try and do it. Anyway, because it is Mother's Day, and I have had quite quite a bit of time with my mom this year. She's 87. And so this is a poem I wrote for her. I grew up with her working third shift as a nurse. My mother, the nurse. Pediatrics, third shift, 1961. The smallest of patients are the ones never forgotten. Christopher Michael hasn't had an easy life in his 388 days. Despite the adorable red-headed curls, he hasn't been able to see. His parents, doctors, or nurses. His eyes do not work, nor do his ears or heart. On her hourly check, she brushes his fingertips through his silky curls, says a silent prayer that his own mother prays, her own mother heart aching for this little Christopher. Geriatrics, 1:30 in the morning, 1961. Thinking about her young patient 2 floors up, the nurse answers the call button. It's bed 34A again. The 5th and the last hour, can't be the bedpan, that was first. Can't be water, that was the last. This time he needed a match to light his cigarette. She glances at the neighboring bed, and 34B is too quiet, too still, no pulse. She notifies the shift supervisor, makes a call to the doctor, and calls the family. When the paperwork is done, she wheels 34B to the morgue, where she sees another body is already there, much smaller, auburn curls peeking from under the sheet. Her tears make it difficult to see the way home. Home, September 22nd, 1989. Nearly 30 years later, this nurse, now retired, holds a newborn grandson and welcomes this Christopher Michael to the family. So happy Mother's Day to everybody.
Thank you. 15 days ago, I met a lovely young lady, and it was an interesting meeting such that I had to reconcile that meeting with her, and I did it by writing poetry. I don't know, I've never done that before, but I just had to try to reconcile because Anyway, this is called That Improbable April Day. She was wearing the softest smile. It was anything but an ordinary day. Opportunity had finally walked my way. I thought to myself, why not achieve more? Someone special just walked through that door. Time for someone's dream to come true. Yeah, I was finally catching a clue. But then you spoke, the beauty within your voice or the way your eyes made me surrender. Ooh, my throat began to tighten up. Should I really take in all your warm energy? I never expected to feel these vibes. My heart's racing. I feel so alive. But the calmness in your eyes had me wishing time would just stand still. At the moment, this felt so real. Your quiet whisper was crystal clear. Stay a little while longer. So glad that you're here. This is horrible. Is something brewing inside? No, not again. What's happening to me? Not yet. Please don't let this be love. Why remain in this space at this level when we could grow into something special? I was on top of the world. The food was tasty. I was getting into you. Sort of drifted into a dream state view. Then suddenly, I started to unravel. No longer hypnotized by your lovely eyes, I swear I felt like I might die. Look what you've done, muscles in my throat, how dare you? My lungs became heavy and unstable. What the heck? This is unfair. What's happening to all of my air? You hijacked my brain. Then you took my breath away. You caught me off guard on that improbable April day. It was so wonderful. What more can I say?
We hope you find more inspiration. Keep coming back. Our next poet is Terrence Faber.
It's all the way up. Okay, cool. She said, my name is Terrence. From time to time, I write words that rhyme. I'm going to share a couple with y'all today. The first one's called the Renaissance. I've always been well-versed in verses, sending an onslaught of lyrics so merciless that PTSD is common amongst the persons, catching an earful of my scripted, cryptic curses. Written with a hypodermic pencil, I get beneath the surface, the English language I've surfed its endless arsenal to unearth this purposeful talents I was birthed with. I even Google searched and no one knew for certain. My rhyme book closed its curtains, my life began to worsen. I entered the dark stages, a 6-year hiatus, my problems couldn't be sated. In a cage, my mind vacation where light never phases, places so dark radar couldn't navigate it, so I waited. In the pitch black depths of life, as insanity crept to strike, all the while inept and viced in vices, so enticing to paradise is likened, so I misconstrued it. All the while, my brain fluids evolved into oceans, hoping osmosis will solve or control it. But as tragedy continually unfolded, the pressure of depression approaches forward, it begins to course through my brain, leading to a hypertonic explosion of words that occur from the pain, or a source force pours metaphors from my veins. Either way, relief was imminent. The belief that sharp sentences can relieve these dark streams of harsh instances on par with large belligerence scarred my heart intimate and jarred my art ignorant, impotent, innocent. How the hell did I get into this? The literal feeling of tangible emptiness. See, I just wanted to be the Dwayne Johnson of lyrically insane concepts, remain monstrous. But the constant conflict of vowels and consonants created content-sized comments of incompetence in my creative consciousness with no foreseeable kindnesses commented in my phonics. And to be honest, I felt like a roarless lion. It was horrifying. Like someone scorched the line and source from where I poured my writings. What was left was torrid findings of gory silence. But I kept glorifying that soon I'll be on stage again with my amazing pen. It was in almost every conversation that I stated. My ifs were the greatest. They would have left you in a state of amazement. And yeah, I know the old saying, if was a fifth. But short hands real quick. Has anyone ever gotten drunk off a fifth of if, or at least shots of, you get the gist. This was the hardest part of depression. You start farthest from the lesson, and every day it carves glass shards in your intestines, and you adopt the hurt. The feeling isn't in the right place like an ectopic birth, but you rather not opt for worse opposite of an optimist search, but the optimal perk. At least you can feel again. Emotional paralysis is no longer sealed within, and yes, you're skilled with pen, but still to begin, you have to let go of all the wrong that comforted you and made you comfortable. Knowing those comforts wasn't true, but those deplored warnings, you ignored them and still explored them. But now the euphoric endorphins of distraction has a lessened impact since I chose to no longer be an addict to those actions. And that's when I imagine my ascent went into full effect like the itis. All of a sudden I hear sirens as depression now bleeds silence, and I wish for that tyrant virus to look me in my iris. It's guaranteed I will fatigue from heavy eyelids. Instead, I'll use my pen to pilot me off this pirate island that I'm in. The darkness can no longer chime in once the sun touches the horizon, not a charmed response of harmful nonchalance. Spread the word. I'm now armed with the Renaissance. Appreciate you. The second one is called Lover's Remorse, about a very, very beautiful family. Mom, dad, couple children. They went through a grand turmoil. I laid my eyes on forever before I could even comprehend it. Your beauty paints an image of true love's attention. My attendance caused tension since the stint of my affliction. Not to mention the very instance addiction made my world stop spinning. You're a girl mom tending to a man's failure. Plans to tailor an apology made of Herculean efforts is well worth bleeding forever just for her to believe in better. I wasn't prepared for an affair, going all in with substance. The despair of a fallen husband caused tears in the halls that wasn't catered well. I caused a major fail. Repeated habits layered hell in a world where love is a solemn salvation. Our problems now placed in your grace and forgiveness. In the space of every minute, I work relentless for repentance. The penance of a shameful prince who spent years in a poison forest. Our poise couldn't flourish because the noise of the chorus. Our poise couldn't flourish because the noise of the chorus lured me to change courses. The pain of those forces isn't worth the tears in your eyes. For years, I'll despise how my fears made me hide from the love I desired for more than 24 years. As the driver, I steered away from the vows I promised. Now I'm haunted by the pain of yesteryear. Every day that I'm blessed to hear your voice is paradise. Annoyed by the choice to share my vice, but care and rejoice can repair our life to the movie nights of high school sweethearts. Sober life gave me the might to pull restart and re-love you again for every day that I didn't. I just pray when I'm finished, all your love is still in it.
Hello, everyone. My name's Carrie Mason, and I'm not a poet. Trey got me into writing poetry. I wrote a couple haikus, and they in French, and they got published in our French magazine at DePaul. I know. So I'm going to read them in French, but I'm also going to translate them afterwards. So it's 3 haikus. I wrote them. They can stand alone, but they tell a story all together. And they're called puissant, which means power or powerful. De l'eau tout autour, constamment perdu en mer, quelqu'un me sauve. Puissance. L'eau sur mes pieds, appris à marcher sur l'eau. Je trouve la terre ferme, puissante. Je marche, je cours. Un sac à dos rempli d'air. Je peux m'enlever. And in English, the first one's called Powerless. Water all around, constantly lost at sea. Someone save me. The second one's called Power. Stand up on my feet. Learn to walk on water. I find dry land. And the last one is powerful. I walk, I run. A backpack full of wings, I can fly. And I have one more poem that I wrote for my Black Feminist Theory class for a zine that I made, and it is called Forever. It feels like forever we have been lost, forever in chains, forever caught. Forever broke, forever sold, forever not our own. It feels like forever we have fought, forever in the dark, forever lost, forever raped, forever hurt, forever ground in the dirt. It feels like forever we have loved, forever in our souls, forever whole, forever forgiving, forever bold, forever never feeling alone. It feels like forever we have believed, forever in the shadows, forever in dreams, forever hoped, forever redeemed, forever will last forever it seems. Thank you.
So I'm gonna read 2 poems. One poem was selected for the Poetry Challenge. It was about the Roaring Twenties. Wing Walker. Barnum and Bailey's advertisement asks for a woman willing to jump off the wing of a plane. Ethel is willing to jump all right, and jump she does, leaving behind Ethel Gilmore Johnson to be reborn as Ethel Dare. Her outrageous stunts stun spectators, while Ethel Dare doesn't seem to care when she stares death in the eye as queen of the air. Ethel stands on the edge and suddenly falls backward. Her plunge stops with a length of rope that she climbs up hand over hand to do more tricks. Her specialty, the iron jaw spin. Clutching a rope between her teeth with a special mouthpiece, she twirls in the prop wash. Circling the fairgrounds, she performs daring calisthenics. Ethel is the first woman to change planes in midair, a trick she does 30 times. She makes more than 500 balloon jumps at state fairs across the country. Some on the ground say a woman's place is in the home, not walking on the wing of a Boeing steam biplane. Death gets Dare during a performance when she falls without a parachute. And this is in honor of Mother's Day, Mother's Day visit. The poetic form is called a constanza. It's a surprise for Mother's Day. She makes the trip back home to see the changes time has made in me. Her arrival from far away will take some time, I have a hunch, and enjoy a delicious brunch. Our springtime reunion each May gives me hidden anxiety about our love's fragility. Buds and blooms in the breeze do play, but will this end in shouts or tears? History repeats, I have fears. Nerves on alert, not all is gay. There are minefields, emotions, tugs, yet conclude this visit with hugs. I hope everyone has a great Mother's Day. Thank you once again to everybody coming tonight, and then our feature, Trey Baker. Really appreciate it, your being here. And thank you also to Vic Walter, and also our part of our events team. We've got Mary Beth Bretzloff and Colleen Nebanis-Hein. Thank you both. And come back and join us again. We'd love to see you. Thank you.